What's up, family? Trail here, and today we want to talk about the Social Security nightmare that is happening right now. We recently got the official cost of living adjustment increase for our Social Security recipients, but unfortunately, it doesn't start until next year, which even though this has some good information, it is still causing a huge nightmare for our seniors and our Social Security recipients because the COLA increase is still not enough money. As so many people are struggling and trying to stay out of poverty, things continue to worsen throughout the year, and it appears that President Biden is doing nothing about it. In addition, we also have information about who is eligible to receive up to $1,657 this month of October, and not all Americans are actually eligible for this. But let's go ahead and discuss it today. But in the meantime, you already know what to do. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel as well as hit the like button for us for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's jump into the video. Well, guys, things are not improving at all. This weekend, there was more than 30 people injured in mass shootings. And yes, 4 people have been murdered because of this. And this all happened over the weekend. Now, it says that at least 30 people were injured and 4 people killed in a spat of mass shootings across the country this weekend, following a shooting that happened in North Carolina that left 5 people dead on Thursday. And Gun Violence Archive reported that 6 mass shootings defined as an incident in which 4 more people are shot from New York to Colorado on Saturday and Sunday. But anyways, guys, it looks like the mass shootings are continuing on. We did receive a little bit of pause in the meantime, but now it looks like they are starting to pick back up once again as this country continues to get worse and worse. Things are not looking better for the economy as well as the American people. In addition to that, guys, hey, we also have to deal with the president as well as the former president. Both of them are giving us hell right now. But anyways, we did hear from over the weekend a former GOP governor in which he said that Democrats and Republicans are running away from President Biden as well as the former president, Donald Trump. And that is probably because they are just tired of all the shenanigans. We don't want either of them to run for the 2024 presidential election. We pretty much want to see someone new. We want something fresh. We have dealt with a lot over the last 6 years, and now we are ready to look forward to having someone else. Would you guys agree? Let me know down below in the comment section, guys. I know I've been saying that multiple times on this channel, and I believe that you guys probably feel the same as well. Are you looking for someone totally new for 2024? Comment down below and let me know, guys. But anyways, hey, we do have to deal with the economic issues in this country in which they're saying that we are entering into a recession, and then we have some people saying that we are already in a recession. Well, economics are now expecting a recession, which is going to include job losses by next year. Yes, majority people think that Federal Reserve will start cutting rates as late 2023 or early 2024. That is probably more than a little bit over 12 months or so. Now, the U.S. is forecasted to enter a recession in the coming 12 months as the Federal Reserve continues to battle to bring down the persistent high inflation, and the economy contracts and employers continue to cut jobs in response to this information. Now, on average, economics put the probability of a recession in the next 12 months at 63%, which is up from around 49% that they received back in July. And it is the first time that the survey pegged the probability of about 50% since July of 2020. But anyways, guys, in addition to that, American cities are now preparing for the worst and bracing for stagflation and a possible economic downturn. And also, guys, it doesn't stop there, because they are also saying that there is a risk of a global recession in 2023, and that continues to rise amid the simultaneously rate hikes that we are continuing to receive by the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. As central banks across the world simultaneously hike interest rates in response to inflation, the world may be edging towards a global recession in 2023 and a string of financial crises crisis in emerging markets and developing economies that would do them lasting harm, according to a comprehensive new study by the World Bank. But what does this mean, guys? Well, it means that probably a lot of Americans are probably going to be falling into poverty this coming year, 2023. And yes, we talked about it right here that nearly 1/3 of the world's adults struggle to escape poverty, according to the United Nations Secretary General Special Advocate for Inclusive Finance for Development. Now, globally, more than 1.7 billion people weren't served by a formal bank or financial institution before the pandemic, and the pandemic, coupled with the rising cost of food and household essentials, has further widened the wealth and income gaps in this country, making it more imperative now than ever to foster financial inclusion as well as education. Now, financial inclusion means that people and businesses have access to useful and affordable financial products and services. Think about this: savings, credits, insurance, educational materials, and many, many more. The United Nations identifies financial inclusion as a conductor for economic growth. It also plays an important role in several of its 2030 substantial development goals that they have already developed in this country. So again, guys, like I said, Americans are struggling to stay out of poverty right now, but the issues that we are dealing with is not making it any easier, especially for our seniors and our Social Security recipients, in which we have a new study that just came out that states that 40% of Americans in the United States can't afford middle class basics. Now, we look at this particular chart right here that's called Poverty versus Income Constrained Households. It says that at a time of rock bottom joblessness, high corporate profits, and booming stock market, more than 40% of the United States households cannot pay the basics of a middle class lifestyle, which includes rent, transportation, childcare, and a cell phone. You all know that you actually need your cell phone, right? Because no one has landline phones these days, guys. But anyways, this is according to a new study. And also it says that the study conducted by the United Way found a wide band of working U.S. households that live above the official poverty line, but below the cost of paying ordinary expenses. Now, based on the 2016 data, there were about 34.7 million households in that particular group, which doubled the 16.1 million that are in actual poverty. So yes, guys, this information is just damning to hear, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better anytime soon. But this information is also stating that some Americans who are actually in the middle class or above that particular area are now trying to prepare for the recession, in which they are doing things like delaying big purchases, as well as reducing a lot of their debt that they are carrying over, as well as it states that 76% of adults are making lifestyle changes to prepare for a potential recession. It says that 84% of adults say that they are concerned that a recession is on the horizon, according to a new survey. Additionally, 74% said that their concerns about inflation have actually increased. And they're saying that if you are worrying about job loss during a recession, be sure to make arrangements to have sufficient emergency savings in your bank accounts or wherever you keep them, guys, because it looks like we are bounding upon a recession come this new year of 2023, which leads me to talk about the issue of our seniors and our Social Security recipients. They are facing a huge nightmare, guys. And yes, it talks about it right here that retirement dreams are becoming nightmares for many older Americans as the inflation continues to soar. It says that older people deserve to retire securely and with dignity. The fact that millions don't is an indictment of our system as well as our society, which is led by the government, guys, the amazing government. But anyways, it talks about it right here that for more and more Americans, dreams of retiring are morphing into a nightmare. The cause of this is impending doom in two words, which is financial insecurity. Now, the New School Schwartz Center for Economic Policy Analysis predicts that 40% of middle-class older workers will become poor or near poor in retirement. Simply put, there is a house of cards waiting to fold over. Now, this particular news gets worse each month as new inflation data is released. In September, consumer prices increased about 8.2% from just a year ago. And for people already struggling to pay their bills, higher prices for basic necessities cut deeper into the already thin budget for our Social Security recipients. Now, food prices last month shot up 13% from the previous year, and gas prices are up more than 18% from 2021. And the only bit of good news that we have on our table right now is that the Social Security recipients are scheduled to receive an 8.7% increase in the cost of living adjustment in January of 2023. Now, what that means is that that is the biggest increase in the last 4 decades, but it's one driven by the spike in inflation, which means that it pretty much sort of offsets the amount of the inflation that we have received right now, which in actuality, it's really not even keeping up with the inflation at all. But again, it is a little bit of good news for our seniors and our Social Security recipients. Now, while those in power or in the news media discuss plunging stock markets and the sharp pain that causes millions of retired Americans, another segment of our society is overlooked. There are the people who never had the means to invest in retirement accounts because every dollar that they made was tightly accounted for. And for them, life is ongoing economic recession. Even after the S&P 500 once again soars to new heights, without intervention, more older Americans will fall into the category of poverty. So much so that those living below or near poverty line are predicted to increase by 25% by the year of 2045. So yes, guys, like I said, our Social Security recipients, as well as our seniors, those on SSI, SSDI, as well as our VA, as well as beneficiaries, are in line to potentially drop below the poverty level. But anyways, guys, that is just some dire news, and that is what they are facing right now. This is a huge nightmare that could come within the next 12 to 18 months. And what is the United States or President Biden or the Biden administration going to do about this? Well, so far we have heard a little bit from President Biden, in which he said that one of his top priorities is to figure out how much money they actually give to our Social Security recipients. However, there has still been nothing done by the president, let alone anyone in Congress. So again, guys, yes, we will continue to pray for our Social Security recipients, our seniors, all of those above, because they are just dying right now, guys. They are pretty much putting their food on the line as well as their medication on the line because they have to decide which one they are going to take on Monday, which one they are going to take on Tuesday, and so forth. They have to make these tough decisions whether or not to eat or whether to take their medicine or not, just to live another day. So again, guys, this information is not cute. It is not happy. None of us are excited about this information, and it is a complete nightmare. I hope things change over the next 1 to 2 months, guys, because our Social Security recipients are the most vulnerable Americans in this country right now, and we definitely need to do something about it. And I beg and plead for the Biden administration, as well as Congress, as well as the future administration, do something about it. Wouldn't you guys agree? If you do, comment down below and let me know your thoughts on this nightmare of a situation. But last but not least, guys, we do want to talk about the potential of stimulus checks of up to $1,657 coming this month of October. And they are saying that not all Americans are going to be getting these particular checks for $1,657. And I have the information to share with you today. Yes, it talks about it right here, that the headline that we have seen in the news as well as on multiple YouTube channels is that suggesting that Americans will receive checks worth up to $1,657. And they are saying that that information is false. It's actually Social Security payments for retired and disabled workers. Yes, the headline published by the U.S. Sun newspaper, Confusion, some amongst others, are about whether Americans will soon receive another round of direct payments. Yes, the headline says that Americans will receive checks for $1,657 in just 4 days. And your birthday will decide when you get the particular cash. Are some social media users wondering if it's true or not. And Google Trends data shows that people are asking if everyone will receive these checks of $1,657. Well, this is exactly what we found on this particular information. Yes, checks for $1,657 are for Social Security recipients only, not the general public. The Sun's newspaper later mentioned it's in its story, but not in a misleading title. The checks themselves aren't new either. The cost of living is only increasing by the amount recipients receive in their monthly benefit payments, and Social Security provides income to people when they retire or cannot work because of the disability. Those who have retired can start receiving their Social Security benefits as early as 62 years old. But anyways, guys, we have the fact check right here, in which it states that the Social Security Administration estimates that all retired employees will receive an average monthly Social Security payment of $1,657, which is a 5.9% increase from the previous $1,565 that was previously received. And for a couple receiving benefits, the average estimated monthly payment increased from $2,599 to $2,753. So again, guys, this information is only for retired as well as disabled Americans. And yes, guys, I just wanted to clear that information up because a lot of people have been asking down below in the comment section whether or not they are going to receive this huge amount of stimulus checks this month of October. And I hope this information clears it up for a lot of you out there. But anyways, guys, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But don't forget about all of the promotion that we have going on down below in the description. It really helps and support this channel if you guys feel free to do so. Those links will be down below. But anyways, hey, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.